The multi-party national convention gets underway this morning in Kempton Park, east of Johannesburg. 7 political parties, including the DA, the IFP, Freedom Front Plus, Action SA, United Independent Movement, Spectrum National Party, and the Independent South African National Civics Organisation, will be exploring a pre-election agreement that's aimed at forming an alternative government to the ANC following next year's elections. Now, the DA has urged South Africans to register to vote in order to ensure that the ANC achieves less than 50% of the popular vote, ensuring through that a multi-party government. So for more on this, we cross now to our reporter Natasha Phiri, who is in Kempton Park. Natasha, good morning. And of course, much anticipation. We heard from John Steenhuisen, the leader of the DA, on Monday, just talking to what we could anticipate. Have the party leaders and, of course, members started arriving, and how's it going there at the moment?
Well, very good morning to you, Sakina. Yes, they actually are here with me, standing behind me. So if I'll just quickly go into the crest of these interviews because of time. So, Bowman, thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. You've labelled this as a historic convention since the dawn of democracy, and it's quite interesting that you're also having this, multi-party convention at a place where the Cadessa negotiations took place.
Absolutely. I think this is an historical first. This is the first time political parties have come together at a time when the ANC is known it will be losing its majority in the next elections. Because I think South Africans can see that it's going to happen. What they've never seen is any coherence across the aisle with parties that are willing to put aside differences and form this important pre-election agreement. So certainly, I think it is that historical moment.
But surely it wasn't easy. I mean, you have a plethora of different political parties, including an organization that just recently joined you guys. But I mean, how difficult is it to come together, seeing that these parties have different ideologies?
Well, I think it has been difficult, and let me be clear, we're not there yet. The next 2 days are going to be very challenging. But certainly I think the gravity of this moment and the unequivocal voice of South Africans saying we see this as an important first step to fixing our country must hang over all of our heads to remind us that even if we have differences and even if we have things around which we disagree, we have to be able to find important common ground on the solutions to the greatest challenges facing South Africans.
Michael, let me take this conversation further to the IFP's Deputy President. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. I think first and foremost, before we get into the crux of today, an issue that has been boggling the minds of South Africans, how is the former party leader, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi? We know that his health isn't doing quite well.
He's progressing very well. We are very happy that he's getting the attention that he deserves and his health is improving. I think so far we are happy. Yes. And
Baba, today you've joined the multi-party convention. This group of political parties has labelled it as a historic initiative amongst various political parties. Do you think that South Africans are ready for this, and how will it work also?
I think South Africans are very much ready. In fact, this has been initiated by South Africans themselves, because if you see at the pattern how they are voting now, it's clear that we are heading for a coalition government, and already that has happened at the local sphere. So now we're going to see it at a national and provincial level. So as different parties, we are coming together to harness our talents and expertise as to how best we can serve them.
And how easy has it been? I mean, you look at the parties that are there, the IFP, the DA, FF Plus.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenging moment for us, but what is very interesting among all other parties is that all parties that are involved have the common interest, which is to serve people of South Africa. So that makes our work very easy, because we can't be political parties serving the same constituency but have different opinions. What comes first to us, we are going to put aside our party positions. We are willing to compromise, we are willing to listen to each other and make sure that what we come up with here will be the best thing that will serve our people, because our people need to be served, not to be detected too. Thank you.
Unfortunately, because of time, Sakina, we can't bring our next guest, but I promise we will bring him at the top of 9 o'clock. Wouter Wessels there from the FF Plus. I do implore our SABC viewers to keep tuned to SABC News, and of course make SABC News your news channel of choice as we cover this multi-party convention here in Ekurhuleni. With that said, it's back to you in studio, Sakina.
Well, thanks so much, Natasha Phiri, the Moonshot Pact. And let's see what unfolds today and what's going to happen going forward as well. And that's where we'll leave it for now.